Hey guys, welcome back to the Barndo channel. I'm Charlie Downs here with Lauren Epperson today. We're here in Diana, Texas, and we're going to show you a walkthrough of a finished Barndominium that we have here. We showed you a video of this one a couple of weeks ago that wasn't quite done. Now we are completely finished. We've got the customers have moved in and furnished the home, so they're going to allow us into their home and let us look at the finished product. All right guys, so as we come in here, we're going to walk in here in the living room area first. And we're going to show you guys, a lot of you have already seen this floor plan. Now, Lauren, you have never seen this, right?
I have not, but it looks like a Ranger floor plan.
That is correct. So this is a Ranger floor plan, but they have modified it a little bit. So a Ranger floor plan is basically a 2-bedroom, 2-bath split. It's got an open living area, but it's sometimes used as some of our smaller homes, like under 1,500 square foot, something like that. Okay. So they've done some modifications to it.
In this one, you said under 1,500 square feet.
Yeah. So
how big is this one?
Okay, so this one is roughly about 1,285, 1,290. So it's just under 1,300 square foot. But we'll see as we move around in here. They've really utilized a lot of the space. The kitchen area, the living room, they really flow together. And so we'll walk around here and show you a little bit of it. And we're going to move over to the kitchen and kind of show you some of the finishes they have in there.
Perfect.
All right, Lauren, so the next thing we're going to talk about is the kitchen area. So when we walk into a lot of our homes, one of the big questions that these people come in and ask us is, okay, what type of finish outs do you have on the interior of the house? So if we look around here, they chose, which we pretty much in every house, we're going to do granite countertops in the kitchen especially. Okay, we don't want to put cultured marble in here because it's just not as durable, it's not as heat resistant as a granite countertop or a quartz countertop or something like that. But if we look around here, they've already got all their appliances in, they've got all these finishes in here. And so what you're looking at here is kind of a standard build for an 1845 Barndominium.
Okay, so these look like shaker style cabinets, is that right?
That is correct. So they chose to use a shaker style door. So we can do raised panel, but they chose to do a shaker style door. We have a lot of different options. So that is one of the things that we call allowances. Everything finish out that you see in here is basically an allowance. So they can choose their countertops. They get to choose their custom cabinetry, their appliances, things like that. We're not going to force them to buy anything. We want them to be able to custom fit those to their home. So this is a shaker style cabinet door. We can do raised panel, things like that. But one of the things we like to do is we set them up with our cabinet companies, and they get to go have an in-person meeting with them and talk with them. Like, you know, this is my budget. This is what I'd like to put in there. And then there's different options that they can choose from. But we don't want to be cookie cutter. We want to make sure that they get to pick what they want in there. Same thing with their countertops. They get to go to the granite shop. Now we have Texas marble and floors that they can go to. There are other options, but we do have Texas marbles and floors that we like to use, and they can choose granite, cultured marble, quartz, and all these other different options.
Okay, awesome. So this is pretty much typical farmhouse look, right?
Yeah, so a lot of our customers come in, and for our Barndominiums, that's what they're going for. They really like that farmhouse type look. We have some that are different, that want a little more, maybe just a different, maybe colonial trim and some different trims around the house. But for the most part, this is what we're going to put in most of our homes. But again, we're going to let the homeowner select their trim work, like around these doors and things like this. If they don't want the 1x4 like we have there, we do offer colonial trim, things like that. But one of our calling cards, that's right, one of our calling cards is the 12-inch window sill that you see here in the kitchen. So as we move through the house, you'll see throughout the house all these 12-inch window sills. And the way that we build our homes with our steel structure, our insulation, and then our wood framing, it creates those window sills. And you can see there's a lot of room here for decoration, things like that that can add some character to the kitchen area. These homeowners chose, and we have several homeowners that want to do this, they put a small coffee bar area in here for their Keurig or their coffee pot. My 3 kids at home, we've got to have the Keurig. Every morning before we go to school, we got to have the coffee. And so I'm not a coffee person, but again, we're going to customize the home for what they want. So we put them a little coffee nook in here, a little coffee bar area in here. Also, kind of while we're here, this is their pantry area. I don't want to have to show everybody all their goodies and everything, but this is what they're using instead of a walk-in pantry area. So they just chose to do some cabinetry here. And again, we've got like soft closed doors and drawers throughout the house.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
the
really
best
awesome.
part about this is even when you're mad, you can't slam. So when you have kids, like they can get as mad as they want, doesn't matter. They're not going to do any damage. So one thing that we also will do here, so this is a small coffee area. Of course, kind of this house is only 1,300 square foot. We can also take this, and a lot of houses will extend it down and do kind of a secretary area or a butler's pantry area. Okay. It just depends on what the homeowner wants to put in there. So yeah, this is one of their favorite places first thing in the morning, like most people, except for me. But we put that in there just at their request. We found room in the floor plan to put it in there. Awesome. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start. We're going to make our way over to the laundry room, show you kind of their mud room, their entry from the back porch, and we'll take a look at that. Right, so we're gonna make our way over here. This is their laundry and mud room. So it kind of doubles as each. They keep pet food and things like that in here. This is their exit out. We're gonna talk in just a minute about their carports and the porches and everything on the outside. They've got some really, really big porch space out here, but they've got their washer and dryer in here, got some cabinet space that we put in here. And so just a real simple laundry / mud room. We've got pocket door access that's basically walk-through access into this other room that we'll show in just a minute. But everything in here, just like every other room, there's not really anything in here that's really an upgrade. It's all kind of a standard build.
I did notice as we're going through the house, this.
Yeah, so a lot of customers, probably the most common trim that we do is the 1x4. Okay, so we do a 1x4 pine trim, and we can ask them usually if they want an angle cut, which is called a miter cut, and a lot of times we'll butt it. This is called a butted finish. So what they ask for, which a lot of people have now begun to ask for, more often, is what we call an overlap. They just overlap. Instead of butted and having a flush finish right here, they overlap it to give it that true kind of a classic farmhouse look. And so that's something that we offer. We go through a detailed spec sheet and kind of make sure that we know exactly what they want. So when our builders come in, they know exactly what to do, and everything's pretty much a smooth process.
Okay.
So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and make our way through into the bathroom and kind of make our way around. We'll finish up in the master and head outside, but we're going to make our way into the bathroom and then bedroom number 2. So we'll show you what's going on in there.
All right.
All right, Lauren, so this is bathroom number 2, if you look at the floor plan, also known as the guest bath. It is a full bath. We have a 2-bedroom, 2 full bath in here. So we've got toilet, we've got sink area, and we've got a full shower and tub in this particular bathroom. Now, one of the big questions that I get is, do I want to put granite or cultured marble? And so one of the things throughout this house, we'll see in the other bathroom as well, is we've got cultured marble countertops in the bathrooms, and we'll see the showers also. So we've got a cultured marble mold that we can pour in here. Again, we have Texas marble and flooring that can do the same thing. We will pour those molds in there, and you can color code kind of what you want to do to match. Their wall color is called agreeable gray, and so they elected to have white with a lot of the gray accent in here that really blends in and kind of pops out with the wall color. And so all of these trim features here, all of the plumbing fixtures that you see, the lighting fixtures, those are all allowance items that they're able to custom choose and custom pick and spend their money on whatever they want to spend it on.
Okay, cool. So now, are the showers also an allowance? Because this looks like it's an insert, but I haven't ever seen an insert like that.
Yeah, so showers are definitely one of our allowance items. So okay. just like your sink, just like your toilet, all the fixtures and everything else, you're going to get to custom pick that shower and custom design that shower. So this one in particular it's a tub that they selected. So the homeowner gets to choose what tub they want. They can do an insert if they want to. If they want just a full insert to put inside that wall, they can absolutely do that as well. That's probably the most cost-effective way to go. But what they chose to do is they picked the tub that they wanted, the size that they wanted, and then we can come in later and we can wall this up. We can surround this with cultured marble. We can do it with tile. We've got a lot of different options. So while this looks like it may just be a combo that or an insert that we slid in the wall there, it's actually a custom-picked tub, and we've surrounded it here with cultured marble. But again, it's got that gray accent to it, that agreeable gray wall, and so they decided to do some gray in here. So both of these are cultured marble finishes.
Okay, and so also in the shower they can hand pick what colors are being poured in the
absolutely.
cultured marble as
yeah,
well?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We have a lot of customers, admittedly, sometimes they pour colors that I don't agree with, but it's not ours. They can do solid white, gray, they can do really dark colors. It really just depends on the theme that they have in their house as far as their wall colors. And then if we look at, a lot of times they'll take their kitchen area. If they did choose to do a granite or a quartz in there, they want to really try to make these match so that you're not walking in these bathrooms going, wait a minute, that is a totally different look, totally different idea in here. We want to try to make it blend throughout the house and kind of flow throughout the house as much as we possibly can. So next thing I'm going to do, we're going to go look at bedroom number 2. We'll talk about a little bit in here, talk about the trim and finish out in there, and then we'll move on over to the master wing over there.
Sounds good.
All right, so this is the second bedroom of the house. This is bedroom number 2, their guest bedroom. This is the room itself is about 11.5 feet by 11.5 feet. It's almost a perfect square. It's a little bit smaller than the master. I think it's around 13 by 13. We'll see it in just a second. But this is just kind of a standard finish out for us. You can see, we've got our 12-inch window seal, and folks absolutely love that because they can store stuff there. They can do flowers. It just kind of really adds a lot of character to the room. We've got our vinyl plank flooring. We've got some really unique, really cool furniture in this room, but nothing real fancy. in here. It's just kind of a standard finish out for us. We've still got our 1x4 trim, 1x6 on the floor. So pretty much a standard finish out in here. We're going to make our way into the living room, talk a little bit about some of the finish out in there, and then we'll head over to that master side and finish this thing up on the inside.
Awesome.
All right, Lauren, so we're going to step over here in the living room area, and you can see that they've done a phenomenal job of decorating their living room. They've got all their furniture in here. When we were in here before, it was just a really wide open area, no furniture, no nothing. The echo in here was really bad. You can see, for those viewers that have actually seen this house before and watched our previous video, you can tell what a difference makes when you put the furniture in the house, you get everything put in there. And so again, just kind of standard finish out. You can see trim around the doors. You can see the windows. It's a lot of what we're talking about. Again, that wall color, I believe, is agreeable gray, but there's, you know, that she's got an awesome sewing machine over here, an old Singer sewing machine that she's got put in here that really just, you know, each homeowner gets to add a lot of character to their own home. Each home has a story. They know the story, and they're able to come in here and put whatever they want in. But that's what we love to do for them is, as we're designing that home for them, we love to hear that story. Like, okay, what are you going to put here? What are you going to put there? So we can kind of custom build and custom fit everything in the home where they need it.
Okay. Now, I love this vaulted ceiling, and they have this beam that goes across there. Is that,
so,
what is with that?
Okay, so a lot of people think that those are solid wood, and they are not. Now, sometimes we can do solid wood. It's really expensive. It's a lot of an upgrade to do that. But this is actually a wrapped faux beam. And it's a stain grade, so we can also paint those. We have a lot of houses that come in and just paint those the same color as maybe their cabinets or their doors. But this particular one is a stain grade. We've stained that homeowner. They will get to pick that color of the stain. We give them 3 or 4 different options, and then they'll pick the one that they like. But if there's a particular one they know they like, they'll absolutely be able to go get that.
So I have a feeling that they probably picked that stain because it ties those vanity lights.
Yes, absolutely. So if you can look at the lamps and everything that you see throughout the house, the fans and everything, but I have a lot of customers who ask us, and we'll show you a picture of this with a video. You guys watching at home, we'll show you a video of these. But a lot of people ask, with these vaulted ceilings, how do the vanity light work? Is that going to be way up here? Is my vanity light going to be 3 foot away or 8 foot away? And no, you can see that we wire those down. Our electricians do a really good job of hanging those. We make sure that they're symmetrical, but you can see that the stain here really ties in all the accent. And again, the homeowner gets to choose that, and they get to create that feel and that look that they want inside their house. So we're going to wrap up in here. We're going to go ahead and move over into the master bedroom and the master bath and everything and show you what they've done over there.
I'm excited.
So now we are in, this is going to be the master bedroom. So like we said, on the other side over there, a little bit bigger than the other room. The other one was 11.5 feet by 11.5 feet. This one, I do believe, is going to be 13.5 roughly by about 15. So a lot of times in our master bedrooms, the number one question we're going to ask a customer is, what size bed do you have? Because we want to make sure you've got walk space. If they're a king size, we want to be at least 15 foot. If it's a queen or a twin or anything like that, then we can go a little bit smaller. But a lot of times we're going to have a 15-foot wall somewhere in that master bedroom just to make sure that they have a lot of space for, you can see they've got bedside tables, they've got some furniture in here. This one, they actually have a little bit of office space in here too to kind of take care of that. Probably the best place in the floor plan for it, but a lot of standard finish outs, the doorways, everything pretty much the same old as we've seen throughout the house.
Is this a tray ceiling?
Yeah, this is what they call a tray ceiling. And so this is just kind of a unique feature that they wanted to add in here. You notice not in the other room. This was something specifically for the master. And so what we do here, I get a lot of questions about, how we actually do that. It's actually just framed out. And so you've got the 10-foot ceiling here drop down to a 9-foot ceiling, which we've got 9 foot in the other rooms. So we actually just frame this out, and then we come in and sheetrock and trim it just like every other wall in here. But you're right, this is called tray ceiling. We have all of our can lights in here, our LED can lights that we have. All of our houses come equipped with those. We kind of match that to the number of rooms and the size of the house and put those in the electrical plan for you. But again, we look here, that agreeable gray wall. We've got our 12-inch window seals around the room, same trim as we've had throughout the house. But this is what they've set up for their master. They've done a really good job. If you can see the colors in here, everything matches, but it kind of goes back to, it kind of ties into everything else in the rest of the house. So they've done a really good job of decorating the house and kind of creating the theme throughout the entire house that kind of flows from each room. The next thing we're going to do, let's go ahead and move over into the master bath and talk about there, and we'll finish up there. We'll make our way outside and look at the carport and porches. Okay? All right. So last stop on the tour. for the interior is going to be the master bathroom. So you can see kind of the same theme as bathroom number 2 over there, but here we have the double vanity, same exact cultured marble, poured with that white, and we wanted to kind of add, we've got those agreeable gray walls, and so we want to make sure that we've got some gray accents in here. We also have their master closet included in this area right here, this pass-through area, but we're going to kind of respect their privacy. We're not going to go digging around in their closet, but we've got upper rods, hanging rods, lower hanging rods, shelving, and shoe rack and everything in there, which we do that pretty much every build. We kind of customize that to fit what they want. And so, again, I want to kind of point out to you, customers always ask us, are we going to make them put something in a house? Are we going to give them options? Do we give them 3 options? They have to pick one. We do not do that. So like the vanity lights, if you notice, these vanity lights in here are different than the one over in bathroom number 2. So we give them kind of full freedom to go pick out whatever they want. What they want to put in one bathroom may not be the same as the other, may not fit size-wise, things like that. So we allow them to fully custom fit, just like the countertops, the flooring, and everything else. So,
now,
go ahead.
The cabinets here, they're the shaker style that matches the kitchen, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So as we go throughout the house, they kept a common theme, but that's another thing, very good point. If they wanted to do a raised panel in here, or even like a slab front door or something like this, so this would be considered a slab front.
Okay.
So if they wanted to do that throughout and come in here and do something totally different, absolutely fine. We don't care. We set them up with the cabinet company that their builder has chosen, and we set them up with a meeting with them, and they go over all those details, measurements, everything, and get everything custom built, and they approve what's going in their home. We're not going to force them to do anything or put anything in there that they don't want to. Okay. So we're going to slide the door open here. We've got a regular standard size pocket door here, which we do in a lot of bathrooms for just to kind of save space and privacy and things like this. But we've got a ginormous shower in here. You can see that it's cultured marble to match the other, but it's pretty big. We've got water access over here. We put a diverter valve in a lot of these, which kind of diverts water to different areas. So we put those in a lot of our showers, and especially our tub combos and things like that. But you can see a lot of the same finish in here that we have everywhere else. And so it's a really pretty, now this is a little bit bigger than standard.
I was just about to say, that is a huge shower.
This one is 6.5 feet long by 3 feet deep. So one of the things that you'll notice, and the homeowners need to know, is when you get to that size, nothing fits. Really, it's not a standard size. So this thing's 6.5 foot long. You're going to go out and have to find a rod to hang your shower curtain and things like that with. So those are things to consider when the homeowner's putting those in there.
You're saying it's non-standard, so what would a standard size be?
So standard size, what we typically will do is in the master, we'll put like a 6 foot by 4 foot, a little bit bigger than what we're going to do in bedrooms, bathroom number 2 or something like that, or third bathroom. But again, we're going to let the homeowner choose that. We're going to start at probably a 6 by 4. If they want to go more of a 4 by 4 or a 5 by 3, they can choose that. A standard size tub combo would be like a 5 foot by 3 foot. The one that we saw over there is a 5 by 3. Okay. So it's kind of a standard fit, but this is just a bigger one. And you can see one of the things that they requested here was it's not really, it's got a little bit of a recess in it. They're actually stepped down, but there's not a huge ledge around here. It's going to be easy access. It's handicap accessible if we need it later on, or if anybody comes to visit or anything like that. So a lot of detail went into this. And again, that's something that the homeowner gets to just choose. They get to pick all that. They're going to go in. Again, if we send a customer to Texas Marble and Flooring, they're going to go in and sit down and consult with them. Okay, this is what I want it to look like. These are the sizes. Here's the floor plan. They're going to get to do all that up to whatever their floor plan allows them, but they're going to get to choose what it looks like, doors, everything else. So they get to choose all of that. It's all a custom fit for the homeowner.
And all of that is included in their pricing originally and all of that, so they're not got some crazy outrageous price after the fact.
What we try to do is, one of the things in our process is when we start getting floor plans out and we're getting close to, we think we're actually going to go ahead and move forward and build the house. We want to sit down with that homeowner and we want to know every detail. And we're not going to get everything at that moment, but we want to know things like, okay, are you looking at a huge shower here? What's the finish out going to be? And when we can give them a price, when we say we're turnkey, we want to make sure that our pricing is really accurate.
Right.
So we try to make sure that we've covered all those details and kind of spec'd all that out on paper, so that when we tell you this is what it's going to cost to build your house, that's probably what it's going to cost to build your house. No surprises later. Everything just runs smoother. We can keep up with our 8-month timeline. So we try to finish a house in about 8 months from the time that we get everything going. And so in order to do that, we have to dot all of our I's and cross all of our T's ahead of time and get all that stuff taken care of beforehand. Okay. All right, so let's wrap up in here. We're done in here. That's pretty much the entire house. Ranger floor plan, 2 bedroom, 2 bath. They had some modifications in there. Now, I'm going to take you to the back porch and the carport area. So that's one of the things that they wanted to make sure they added that space in there. So let's head outside and let's show you that space there.
Okay.
So this is where it's at right here. This is probably the best part of the whole house, being able to sit out on the back porch in a rocking chair. We've got a cool afternoon, not too hot, and this is what we want to do. I've got my daughter over here. She's trying to tame the wild stallion over here. She's taking care of the puppy for us. But this is one of the, most homeowners, this is one of the focal points of almost every house. They want to talk about their porch areas. Where's the money look? Where are we going to spend our time? So what they've done here is really unique. A lot of homeowners ask about doing this is if they're not going to do an enclosed garage, they want to do a carport area. So they've got a 24 by 24 two-car carport over here, but they've tied it in, same roof, same concrete structure here with their back porch. So if they wanted to, they could back the vehicles out and party. They could have a good time. If they want to host, to have family over, they've got a large area to do it. And we've got lighting underneath here. We wire all of these. We've got porch soffits underneath both the carport and the porch area. We've got recessed lighting up here. We've got our can lights underneath. And so those are things that we go over with that homeowner. And if they want to add that, if they want to put ceiling fans like we've got here, we can put those in there. But again, those are things that we try to cover with them early on and make sure that we're allotting those, and we've got those in their pricing, in their floor plans, and in their blueprints, things like that. But this is just a really cool space out here. It's a beautiful afternoon. So we're going to go ahead and wrap up here, guys. Hope you've enjoyed the video today. This is a Ranger floor plan that we've got a few modifications to. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. I believe it's right at 1,290 square foot. It's got a lot of porch space out here. It's really beautiful out here. But we thank you guys for watching today. You can check us out on Facebook as well. We've got Instagram and TikTok as well. Check out our webpage, 1845barndominiums.com. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave those in the comment area below. We would love to hear from you. If there's anything specific that you'd like to hear or maybe see in a video in the future, let us know and we'll try to accommodate that. If you are looking to build a barndominium, we would love to help you out or talk to you. If you go to our website, 1845barndominiums.com, we have a tab at the top called Request a Quote. If you can click on that, you can fill out some information and send to us, and we would love to send out a preliminary quote and set up a time to talk to you about building your dream home. Thanks for watching today. We'll see you guys again next week with a finished home that we've done here with 1845 Barndominiums.